My name is Anna. I'm 34 years old, and I used to believe that marriage guaranteed love. I used to believe that once you found your person, the rest of life would just fall into place, effortlessly. I know now that nothing about love is effortless. I've been married to my husband Daniel for 8 years. 8 years of partnership, 8 years of routine, and 8 years of slowly losing something neither of us realized was slipping away. From the outside, our life is beautiful. We have a nice home, careers that pay the bills, friends that invite us to dinners, birthdays, celebrations. We look happy. People envy us. They say we are stable, mature, strong. But nobody ever asks if stability feels like loneliness. Nobody asks if maturity feels like silence. Nobody asks if strong means you stopped trying, because giving up would take less effort. I didn't realize I was unhappy, not at first. Unhappiness rarely arrives suddenly. It's slow, gradual. It settles into your life like dust. So quietly you barely notice until one day, you see it coating everything. It began with distance, not physical distance. He was always there, sitting on the couch, at the dinner table, sleeping beside me every night. But emotionally, he felt countries away. We stopped asking each other about our days, stopped laughing before bed, stopped touching for any reason other than necessity. We were two people living together, not two people in love. I didn't blame him. I didn't blame myself. I just thought, this is what marriage becomes. Until I met Michael. He walked into my life on a Wednesday afternoon. I joined a small book club, mostly to fill time. I told myself it was a hobby. In truth, I was trying to feel anything other than invisible. Michael was not flashy or dramatic. He didn't walk with arrogance or speak in quick, sharp confidence. He was gentle, thoughtful. He had the kind of presence that makes you breathe slower, without noticing. The first time we spoke, it was about a novel, something about longing and second chances, but it didn't feel like we were talking about the book. It felt like we were talking about each other. He listened when I spoke, not politely, not as a formality, but with genuine curiosity, like every word mattered. It had been so long since I felt that from anyone, especially from my husband. Weeks passed, and our conversations grew longer. We never crossed any lines. Not yet. But emotional lines. Those blur long before physical ones do. One day I stayed late after book club. I don't know why, or maybe I do. It had been a terrible week. Daniel and I had barely spoken. When we did, it was about groceries, electricity bills, schedules, nothing that meant anything. And when I sat there, alone in that nearly empty library room, something inside me just cracked. Michael noticed. He sat beside me, not too close, not too far. "What's wrong?" he asked. It was such a simple question, but the kindness in it felt unbearable. I felt tears burning before I could stop them. "I just feel like I'm disappearing," I whispered. He didn't tell me I was being dramatic. He didn't suggest I try harder or communicate better. He didn't minimize my pain. He just understood. He looked at me the way a person looks at something precious. And then he reached out, slowly, gently, as if giving me every chance to pull away. His hand brushed my back, and I broke. I leaned into him, not because I wanted to betray my husband, but because I needed to feel seen, just once, just by someone. He wrapped his arms around me, not with hunger, not with desire, but with presence. He held me like I mattered. And when someone holds you like that after years of feeling invisible, your heart doesn't know how to resist. My body stilled. My breathing matched his. The world grew quiet, and for the first time in a very long time, I didn't feel alone. I didn't kiss him. He didn't kiss me. But something happened, something irreversible. We both felt it. When I finally stepped back, I couldn't look at him. I didn't ask what it meant. I didn't want to hear him say it, because I already knew. He saw me, really saw me. And God, I had forgotten what that felt like. That night, when I went home, Daniel was sitting on the couch, watching television. I stood in the doorway, just looking at him. He looked tired, older than I remembered, worn down, not uncaring, just overwhelmed by life, maybe the same way I was. For the first time, I didn't see him as the man who stopped loving me. I saw him as the man who forgot how to show it, just like I had. I sat down beside him, not close, but closer than before. He noticed. He paused the TV, and for a long moment we just sat there in silence. Then I said it. I miss us. His face changed. Not confused, not surprised, just sad. He whispered, I miss us too. We talked for hours. About everything. The loneliness. The distance. The silence we had let grow between us. We didn't yell. We didn't blame. We just finally told the truth. I didn't tell him about Michael's arms around me. Not because I wanted to hide it, but because the hug wasn't the betrayal. The betrayal happened long before that, when we stopped choosing each other. We're still rebuilding now. Slowly. Clumsily. Some days are harder than others, but we're trying. We cook dinner together again. We ask about each other's day. We hold hands when we sit on the couch. We look into each other's eyes when we talk. We choose each other, on purpose, every day. As for Michael, we still see each other at book club. We are polite, civil, distant. We both know we crossed a line that should never be crossed, but we also both know why. It wasn't desire. It wasn't lust. It was loneliness, the kind that grows inside you quietly, until one day, someone touches your heart, and you remember it exists. I didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Not in a dramatic way, not in a physical way, but in the most dangerous way of all. I remembered what it felt like to be held, and I wanted it back.